Okay. I would like to welcome you all to the Lifestyle Changers Financial Freedom presentation. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Angela Williams. I have a bachelor's in finance, a master's in business and accounting. Spent 13 years climbing the corporate ladder as a senior financial analyst. Got laid off in 2008. Didn't know I was going to be unemployed for 4 straight years, so I had to create my own job. So I started my own business, been the owner of Glamour and Gifts Boutique for over 10 years now. The company that I'm going to present to you tonight has taught me some financial strategies that has allowed me to cash flow over 103,000, grow my investment account to over 400,000, and the credit repair education has allowed me to increase my credit score to a 760. So I am debt free and 100% unemployable, and super passionate about getting in the community, talking about entrepreneurship and teaching financial literacy so that we all can get our financial houses in order. So by the end of this webinar, you're going to know 5 things. You're going to know how to increase your cash flow, how to eliminate your debt, how to build both your emergency fund and your retirement savings, and increase your credit score. Now, the company that I'm excited to present to you tonight is called My Econ. And My Econ is a 13-year-old debt-free financial literacy education company. They are based out of Atlanta, Georgia, have over 75,000 associates across the country. And the principles that we've learned has allowed us to cash flow over $450 million. Now, what My Econ has done is ride the wave of the future, which is online digital business. So we're going to give you a website that has products and services that people use on a daily basis, from financial information to health and wellness. So we have ID Defender for people who are interested in protecting your identity. We have a do-it-yourself credit repair kit. We have a bookkeeping system for people who have small businesses, home-based business, or they may be contractors. We are affiliates of Priceline. So if you know people who like to book their travel through Priceline, they can book it through you and you can get paid. We also have health and wellness, because hey, what's the sense of having all that money if you're not able to live long enough to enjoy it? So your health is important. And then if you know people who like to shop at Walmart or Macy's or Ashley Stewart's or Foot Locker, well, we have the world's largest cashback mall on your website. So people can shop there, earn cash back every time they make a purchase, and you can make money as well. And because it's a digital business, we have no inventory. But the reason why I'm really excited about My Econ is because they teach you something that no other business opportunity is going to teach you, and that's about personal finance. So you're going to learn by the end of this presentation about budgeting, minimizing your taxes, how to burn up your debt the fastest, how to build your credit, investment education, as well as retirement planning. Now, why is this important? Well, 77 million people do not pay their bills on time. 56% of adults do not have a budget. So if you don't have a budget, how do you know where your money is going? 7 out of 10 Americans don't have $1,000 right now to touch if you need it. And there are some people on this webinar that may not have $600 right now. So if you're an adult and you working 40 hours a week, obviously, if you don't have $1,000, there's a problem and you need to fix it. 67% of African Americans have no emergency savings in case you lose your job, lose your spouse, or get sick. If you were to lose your job and you couldn't find one for a year or two, how long could you keep the roof over your head? So these are things that you need to be planning for. The average wealth in America is about 141,000, but the average wealth for Hispanics is 13,000, and the average wealth for African Americans is 11,000. So that means that we are behind. We are at the bottom, and we have to work our way up. Why are we at the bottom? Well, because number one, we're not having higher paid jobs. We don't own homes. And number three, we are not starting businesses. So that's going to change tonight. There's also $1.3 trillion in student loan debt that is outstanding. And in the next 5 years or so, technology is going to kill about 5 million jobs. So you're going to have to protect your income. 68 million people have credit scores that's under 600. So that means you're paying more than people who have good credit. Now, there is a reason why you may find yourself not having $1,000 available right now. Well, if you're in corporate America and you make $50,000 a year, you probably think your biggest expense is your mortgage or your car payment. Well, I'm here to tell you that your biggest expense is your tax bill. That's right. If you're making $50,000, they taking $11,000 right off the top and forcing you to live off your net income of $39,000. But if you think about your debt, your mortgage, your car note, your student loan payments, all of those payments were based on your gross, but you're forced to pay it on your net. So let's think about that. The government is keeping a third of your income, and then another third of your income is being pulled away because you in debt, and then another third is being pulled away from corporate America. That's right. If you look at TV commercials, you look at social media, you will see that companies are always gearing up to sell you something. If you think about it, we're about to go into Thanksgiving. You're going to spend some money. Christmas is coming up. You're going to spend some more money. Then you got New Year's. You got Valentine's Day. You got Mother's Day, Father's Day, Memorial Day. You got 4th of July. Kids going back to school. It's just a cycle. And then you think about it. Everybody is celebrating a birthday, and they can't celebrate just for the day. They got to celebrate for the whole month. So that's more money. Then it's people who are getting married. People are having babies. More and more reasons why you get your paycheck, and about 12 different hands are pulling from it. And so what ends up happening is you start living paycheck to paycheck, and you use credit cards to float you to your next paycheck. So we're going to show you how you can increase your cash flow and how to better manage your money. One of the strategies that you're going to learn if you partner with My Econ is you're going to learn how to increase your cash flow. See, the IRS believes that most people have their W-4s filled out incorrectly. But the reason why you're not bothering to fix your W-4 is because you're using your tax refund check as forced savings. But this is what the IRS is telling you to do. Instead of having your W-4 filled out incorrectly and letting them keep more and more of your money, why don't you take that money and use it for your savings account or use it to pay down your debt? And so the question is, why are you not doing that? If you look at your W-4 form, it says consider completing a new W-4 form each year when your personal or financial situation changes. So that means if you get married, you have a child, or you start a home-based business, there's a reason for you to adjust your W-4. And guess what? It has a lot of hidden money sitting in it. So strategy number one is increasing your cash flow. 80% of Americans, again, have their W-4 filled out wrong. So we're going to show you how to legally correct your W-4, because most people believe that your W-4 is based on how many kids you got, when really it's about allowances. So what we have been taught is that, hey, if you actually filled your W-4 out correctly and you get more allowances, you're probably going to owe at the end of the year. And that's why our parents told us when we filled out our W-4, you better put 0 or 1 down because you don't want to owe the IRS at the end of the year. Well, the reason why that's happening is because you don't have enough deductions and write-offs at the end of the year. You may not have children, you may not be a homeowner, and you don't have a business. So we're going to show you by just tying a business to your income, you're going to be able to unlock the bottom half of the W-4, which is going to give you more allowances. And by having a business status, you're going to be able to give yourself an instant pay raise from $100 to $1,200 a month and not owe Uncle Sam at the end of the year. So you could be someone who maybe your children now have graduated from college. They're no longer in your home. You can't actually claim them on your taxes anymore. You might be retired right now and you are getting a pension check. Well, if they still taking federal taxes out your pension check, you can adjust your W-4P. Or you might be in corporate America and you don't have any children. Well, the most you usually can claim on your W-4 is a 2. By partnering with My Econ, and we give you that sole proprietorship tax status, you're going to be able to increase your allowances from 2 to 8. Or maybe you're married with 2 kids, or you could be a single mom or a single dad with 2 kids. Well, the most you can claim in your W-4 is probably about 8. But we're going to show you how you can unlock more allowances, again, just by tying your income to a business. Now, how can we allow you to get more of your tax dollars up front and not owe at the end of the year? Well, in My Econ, we're going to teach you strategy number 2, which is how to minimize your taxes. I want you to think about the money that you're spending every month. Do you pay a cell phone bill? Do you have internet access through your cable? Do you have a car note? And if your car is paid off, do you drive your car? Do you go on vacation? Do you eat? You know, outside of groceries, outside your home? Do you go to restaurants? Do you go to Starbucks? Do you go to Dunkin' Donuts and get your coffee? Do you have children over the age of 6? Well, we're going to show you how the actual lifestyle expenses that you're paying on a monthly basis can be converted into business expenses. So we're going to show you how to write off that cell phone bill. We're going to show you how to write off a percentage of your car note, the gas you put in your car, the oil changes, if you get new tires, if your car is paid off. We'll even show you how you can get over 55 cents per mile on your car. We're going to show you how, if you are going on vacation, how you could turn that vacation into a business trip, how you can write off your air and your hotel, your Uber. You can even write off the tips that you pay while you're on vacation. We're going to show you how every time you go to Starbucks or anytime you eat out at restaurants, how you can turn those meals into business expenses. We're going to show you how to hire your children into your business, where you can write off up to $12,000 per child. There's over 475 tax deductions that is available for people who have a home-based business. So I am absolutely confused why people are working a job, getting the taxes taken out their paycheck, and never connect a business to their income. You are definitely losing. Well, let me show you what it looks like at the end of the year when you adjust your W-4. Okay, let's say you're a single mom, you got 2 kids. Well, your gross income is 50,000. Well, you're going to get the head of household deduction about 18,000. So your new adjusted gross income is going to be 32,000. At that level, your tax rate is about 12%. You owe about $3,800 in taxes. Now, here's what I want you to pay attention to. If you join My Econ and now you have a business tied to your income, we're going to write off some of those business expenses. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We're going to take that adjusted gross income on the right-hand side of 32,000, and we're going to write off those car miles, 4,000. We're going to write off that $1,200 cell phone bills. We're going to write off 1,200 in travel, 1,600 in meals. Well, your net adjustable gross income is 24,000, but guess what? You still got 2 children over the age of 6 that you are going to hire in your business. So now you're going to write off another 24,000. What is your taxable income? 0. See, the power of income shifting is that we could take you from a higher tax bracket to a lower tax bracket. Now, 0 times 12% is what? 0. See, what you got to understand is that you are legally obligated to file your taxes, but you are not legally obligated to pay taxes. So we're going to show you how to keep more of your hard-earned money. And because your adjustable gross income is going to be lower, you may qualify for a higher child tax credit or income tax credit. What I want you to understand is that when you have a business, you get to earn your money, you get to spend your money, and then you're taxed at a lower rate on the back end. If all you have is a job and it's not tied to a business, you have to work. You got to pay your taxes first and then learn how to live off of the rest. So I want you to understand how powerful it is to understand that a business, and especially your My Econ business, can be your #1 asset. Now, let me just show you really quickly how tax advantages can work for you at the end of the year, okay? Or right now. So option #1 is you can apply the very first strategy. You can adjust your W-4. You can get all your tax dollars throughout the year up front. So let's say you're getting an extra $600 a month. That's $7,200 a year, and that's probably more than what you're getting on a refund check. But if you was to take that $600 a month and you were to invest that money, you will make $552. That's right, your money made you money. It went to work for you. So now you got over $7,752. Now the second option is, hey, you don't adjust your W-4 because you love that refund check, even though they're not giving you all the money they taking out your paycheck, but you use the write-offs at the end of the year. You'll probably add an extra $1,000 to $5,000 on the back end to your federal refund check. There's nothing wrong with that, but guess what you do miss out on? Return on investment, because you missed out on the opportunity to be able to direct and invest your money. And I'm telling you, that makes a difference. We're going to teach you the tax laws directly from the IRS publications. So you don't have to take my word for it. The IRS tells you what you can write off and when you can write it off. We're going to give you a powerful tool. It is called the Cash Flow Manager. And this Cash Flow Manager is basically your bookkeeping system, and it is going to make you IRS compliant. So every time you spend money, you're going to keep the receipt. No more throwing away your receipts, because every time you throw away receipt, you are missing out on thousands of dollars. So you're going to take that receipt and you're going to log it into the system. You're going to put the date, how much you spent. Hey, you was at Red Lobster, you had a business meeting. You're going to take a picture of that receipt, and it's going to be stored in the cloud. Then you can throw your receipt away. At the end of the year, you're going to be able to print out a report. And this report is going to show all the money that you have spent for a year. And what's important is that your receipt is attached to the entry. And see, documentation beats conversation any day. And this is what's going to make you IRS compliant. You're going to give this report to your tax preparer. They're going to fill out your Schedule C, which is your profit and loss statement for your business, because when you join My Econ, you are a business owner. And then they're going to attach that Schedule C to your 1040, and that's going to give you your tax write-off. But I want to show you the power of just doing the very first step of income shifting. We have Irvin Keefe that's cash flowed over $200 a month. We got Michael Macklin that's cash flowed over $345 a month. We got Salima that is cash flowed over $400 a month. We got Marta Cunningham that was able to cash flow over $412 a month. We got Edwin Rivera out of New York City that is cash flowed over $560 a month. We got Daryl and Kathy Lawrence that have cash flowed over $600 a month. We got Kingston and Victoria Bone that has cash flowed over $668 a month. We got Pastor Corey and Tasha Moore who have cash flowed over $800 a month. We got Randy out of California who's on a webinar right now. Him and his wife has been able to cash flow over $1,000 a month. Can you imagine the difference it could make in your life if you were able to keep some of your hard-earned money? So just by doing strategy number one, you will earn anywhere from $1,200 to an extra $14,000 a year without selling, without recruiting, without getting a second job, and without going to college, getting another degree, hoping you're going to get a better job. Just by doing this, you can powerfully change your life. But let me tell you what you're going to do with this money, because some people, they look at, hey, I'm adjust my W-4, I'm gonna have some extra money, and I'm just gonna do what I want to do with it. No, no, no. See, we want to make you money wise. So we're going to show you how to direct your money, because you're not going to use this money and, you know, go buy food, pay utility bills, go on vacation. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to use this money for two specific things. Number one is you're going to take this extra cash flow and you are going to invest it. But I'm going to show you how powerful income shifting is. Let's say you correct your W-4 and you get an extra $400 a month. Well, that's $4,800 a year. Because you have a home-based business, you're going to get a tax savings of $1,200. But you're going to take that $400 every month and you're going to invest it either in your 401k, your IRA, or some other investment vehicle. So let's say you get an 8% compounded, okay? Well, your return on investment on that money is about $246. But guess what? We're going to write off our lifestyle. So that's going to save you another 25% because you got business deductions. So that's another $1,250. But let's say you join My Econ and you know about 7 people in your family who are living paycheck to paycheck who you know would love to know about this information. And let's say you just told 7 people about it. Well, you'll make a little $250 in business income for the entire year. I want you to add up what your new cash flow, that means your money made you money, $2,946. Your return on investment is over 600%. Plus the $4,800 that you got from income shifting your W-4 all year. So that's going to bring it to $7,746. You guys, over 600%. Now, if you put your money in a savings account, you're probably going to get less than 1%. If you put it in a CD or money market, you might get 2%. Your 401k is between 8 and 10%. Most investment vehicles can pay you anywhere from 16% to 30%. Nowhere on earth is you going to get a 600% return. And all you did was adjust your W-4. And if you was to follow this system a second year, you will have over $13,000, 211 saved. Your return on investment will be over 762%. This is powerful when you save your money versus spend your money. Now, the next thing you could do with your income shift is you can get out of debt, because when you get out of debt, you free up more money. And so when you join my team, you're going to go through my personal finance strategy session where we're going to do a budget. We're going to identify some areas that you can cut. You're going to know your spending habits. You're going to know how you feel about your money. And so we're going to show you how to free up even more money. We're going to analyze your debt. You're going to know exactly when you're debt free. You're even going to know what debt to focus on burning up first. It's powerful information. We're even going to analyze your 401k. We're going to see if you're investing at a level that is going to get you where you need to be. And even if you have a 401k balance of 200,000, we're going to show you that by the age of 72, that money is going to be gone. So we're going to give you a really nice, detailed financial analysis, and we're going to show you how to use that cash flow money to pay off your debt. So this is an example of a business partner who cash flowing $600 a month. Well, guess what? He was able to pay off $225,000 worth of debt in 8 years and 4 months. And that includes a $200,000 mortgage. Now, because he paid that mortgage off in 6 years instead of 30 years, he was able to save $332,000 in interest payments. So this is what it looks like when you debt free. Because when you debt free, you can own your paycheck. And I'm going to tell you right now, there is nothing that you can buy that is going to feel better than you being debt free. So now he don't owe anybody. So he got an extra $2,500 that he can use to start building his tomorrow. This is what it looks like when you start applying the strategies. We have the Corlez family that was able to pay off over $9,500 in debt in 3 months. We have Kingston and Victoria Bone that was able to pay off their car note. We have Deja Barlow, who was able to pay off over $4,000 in consumer debt in 9 months. We have May Cunningham that was able to pay off over $9,000 in less than 10 months. We have Daisy Vasquez, who she actually don't work a job. So she's self-employed. She owns her own daycare center, but she was able to go through the financial strategy session, go through the budgeting strategies, and realize how much money she was actually not using, where that she was just spending, and she was able to redirect that money to debt, paying it off in 90 days. We have Pierre Robinson out of Chicago, cash flow $40,000. She owed the IRS over $18,000. She paid it off. Paid off $3,000 in personal loans and over $9,000 in credit card debt in less than 18 months. We got Christina Booker that was able to pay off $10,000 in student loan debt. Now let's talk about the cost of having bad credit. See, this is an example of two people buying the same car. Well, as you can see, the person with bad credit is paying $212 a month more than the person that got good credit. But what I want you to pay attention to is the interest rates. See, the person with good credit, they only paid a little over $3,000 in interest. But that person with bad credit, well, guess what? They paid over $15,000 in interest. So that means they bought their car twice. Now, see, this is why you want to make sure that you mind your credit, because it's the difference between being a homeowner and still having to rent, being able to even rent. Your car insurance, whether or not you qualify for a credit card without it being secured. It also could be the difference between getting a job and not getting a job. So strategy number 4 is we're going to show you how to increase your credit score. So we have a step-by-step credit repair education portal. It is packed with videos as well as dispute letters that is going to show you how to remove errors and inaccuracies off your credit file. We have people that were able to remove their tax liens, their medical collections. We've seen student loans removed. We've seen bankruptcies removed. It is a powerful system. When you combine our credit repair with our debt elimination strategy, what you'll learn is that 65% of your credit score is based on whether or not you are using and maxing out your credit cards. And so just by us showing you how to zero in and paying off debt, you can see an increase in your credit score by 50 to 150 points. But let me show you how simple this is. See, when you do our credit repair system, you're going to get access to the dispute letters. Now, over here to the left-hand side, the things in red is what you have to fill in. So you got to put your name, your social, your birthday. You put the credit bureau's address. And then at the bottom, you're going to enter the name of your creditor, the account number. That's it. All of the fair credit laws are already written into the letters. Do you guys know that it only takes about 10 minutes for you to do it? So I am so surprised when people pay other people $80 a month, $100 a month, $200, $500, $1,000 to fix their credit when you got access to the same letters and you can do it in under 10 minutes because they're only spending 10 minutes to do it as well. So we're going to show you how to save more of your hard-earned money. We're also going to show you how to protect your identity because you're not giving your private information to some stranger, and you can see results in as little as 45 days. This is what it looks like. My cousin Melinda Tyson out of Memphis, she paid off $5,000 in credit card debt. She paid off her car and she increased her credit score to a 704, and she just closed on a new home that she is building from the ground up. We got Greg, who was able to pay off $30,000 in debt and increase his credit score to an 816 in less than 10 months. We got Lynette Boswell Vargas that cash flowed $13,000, paid off $9,000 in credit card debt, raised her credit score from a 596 to a 700 in less than 12 months. We got Gabriel Monroe out here in Chicago. He paid off $8,000 in debt in 9 months. His credit score increased from a 597 to a 750. We got Alicia Bodie Edwards, whose cash flowed $42,000. She took $12,000 of it and paid off her credit card debt, and it raised her credit score from a 586 to a 756 in less than 12 months. Now let's talk about your tomorrow. See, this slide is all about how people are saving for their retirement. See, right now, everybody getting their hustle on. Everybody is trying to make ends meet for right now, but nobody is planning for tomorrow. And I'm here to tell you, unless something happens at some point, you're going to be 65, you're going to be 70 years old, you're not going to be able to work no more. And if your only income you have is from you working, you're going to be in trouble if you haven't saved for your tomorrow. This is an example of, let's say, the millennials. Between the ages of 18 and 34, 42% of them haven't even started saving. So that means we are not teaching our children about money. We're not teaching our children the benefits of saving their money. We're letting our children be raised by social media where it's a buy me society. So we have to do a better job of making sure that our children are financially savvy. Look at Generation X, which is my generation, people between the ages of 35 and 54. Only 29% haven't even started saving, and only 12% got 300,000. The real thing is these baby boomers that's over 55. Do you know that 28% haven't even started saving for retirement? I can't tell you how many people that I have met who are 55 years old and they told me they don't have anything in their 401k. You better get serious. Only 22% have over $300,000. Do you guys know that $300,000 when inflation is not going to last you long? If you are not saving your 401k because you think you're going to be able to depend on Social Security, I got a news flash for you. I went to the Social Security website, I looked up my account, and this is the letter that they sent me. Basically, what they told me that by 2034, they're only going to be able to pay me out 77% of my scheduled benefits. You mean to tell me after you took all that money out my paycheck, you're telling me that you only going to pay me 77% of my benefits? So I advise you to take a look at your account because you'd be surprised what you're going to find out. Here's the thing. By 2034, I'm not even going to be 65. So that means that by the time I get 65, they probably can only pay me out 70%, 60%, 50%. If you in your 20s and your 30s, you can hang it up. Don't even think about it. You better start thinking about funding your own retirement right now. See, the average Social Security check is about $1,300. And if you can't live off that now, especially if you're renting or you have a mortgage and you ain't paid off your house, when your income stops, you're going to be in trouble. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to think about your savings account right now. If you are 30, you should have $64,000 saved. If you're 40, you should have $162,000 saved. If you're 45, you should have $231 saved. If you are 50, you should have $319,000 saved. If you are 65, you should already have $750,000. And this is lowball numbers, conservative numbers. This don't even take in the price of inflation. So I got one question for you. I want you to find your age, find your number, and answer me. Are you on track? And if your answer is no, then this is your wake-up call. It's time for you to get real serious about your money. 50% of Americans have zero in their retirement savings. 81% of people have no idea how much they need to be saving every month in order for them to reach their number. It is time for things to change. Now, when you join My Econ and you apply our wealth strategies, what you will learn is that we got an asset accumulation strategy that is called cash, asset, cash. So what we mean by that is you make some money in your My Econ business, you pay off some debt so you can generate more cash flow, put that cash flow into an investment vehicle that is going to compound, work for you, and make you more cash. So earlier we talked about how my business partner was able to become debt free, and he had an extra $2,500 a month. Well, that's $30,000 a year. So now if he invests that, in 10 years he got over $500,000. In 15 years he got over 1.2 million. So it doesn't matter where you start, it's just the fact that you start. The fifth and final strategy that we teach you in My Econ is how to become an investor. Because what has been happening is that many of us have been supporting capitalism by spending, but we haven't been participating in capitalism by owning. You have to own assets. Think of the game of Monopoly. It's all about you owning land, businesses, real estate. That's what it's about. And so in My Econ, we're going to teach you the language of investments. So you need to know the difference between a CD and a money market account. You should know when you should be investing in bonds and when not to be in the bond market. You should know the difference between options and futures and stocks. You should know what an ETF is to a mutual fund to an index fund. You should know what Forex is. Well, in My Econ, we're going to teach you the concepts. Now, what we're also going to teach you is how to become an owner of stock. You should own stock where you spend your money. So if you're spending time in Walmart, you should be owning Walmart stock. If you are wearing Nikes, you should own Nike stock. You know, if you walking around with an Apple phone, you got a Mac computer, guess what? You should own Apple stock. We spend a whole lot of time on Facebook and Google. You should own their stock. How many of you have Netflix accounts? You should own it. How many of you are shopping at Amazon? You should own it. How many of you are flying Southwest or Delta Airlines? Guess what? You should own it. And we're going to teach you exactly how to do that. This is what it looks like. This is my business partner and cousin Tanika McGill out of Chicago. She owns Apple, Nike, Amazon, Abby, Tesla, Facebook. We have James Anderson, who's part of the My Econ family. He owns Apple, Ford, Vanguard, 500, T. Rowe Price, Equity. These are index funds. You see me here owning AMD, AT&T, Abbott Labs, Union Pacific, Vanguard, and I have a host of other stock holdings. We have Andre, who is owning Siri and AMD and Apple and Etsy and Sprint. You guys, this is how you own a piece of America. Now, if you are on my team in particular, so everybody on this webinar, you are a part of my team. We do have some advanced investment education for those who are willing to invest in themselves. And the one thing we're going to teach you is we're going to teach you about the markets, the stock markets. We're going to teach you how the markets move. You need to understand that every time the markets go up, it affects you. Why? Because 80 to 90% of all of your 401ks is tied to the stock market. So when it go up, your 401k go up, but when it goes down, your 401k goes down too. And you want to be able to know when trends are happening and downturns are happening so that you can move your money around at the right time. And this is why it's important. I want you to look at my investment portfolio. In 90 days, my investment vehicle grew by over $85,000. But guess what? Because the economy started to tank right before the elections, you guys, and in October, lost over $9,000 in one day. There is a way for you to make money even when the markets go down, make money when it go up, make money when it goes sideways, but you have to educate yourself. Why is this important? Well, what you're going to learn when you partner with our team is the story of the U.S. stock market. I want you to understand that baby boomers created the stock market. So they have been putting into their 401ks from 1975 to now, you guys. And what I also want you to know that there are times when there are bubbles. And when there is a bubble, the markets crash and you lose value in your 401k. So if you look in 2000, we had a tech bubble. The value of your 401k went down. We also had a drop after 9/11. So you probably saw the value of your 401k go down. Then in 2008, we had a housing bubble. The value of your 401k went down. Then you climbed all the way up. That's when I lost my job, lost everything, and had to climb my way back up. Well, guess what? There's another bubble coming. And it's called the debt bubble, the everything bubble. Why? Because the government is in debt. Consumers are in debt. we have over what 1.3 trillion in student loan debt that has not been repaid. It is all going to crash down. But this is something that I want you to really be mindful of. Another thing that's going to cause the next crash is all the baby boomers. Remember, that's the largest generation. Well, baby boomers build up the money supply in the stock market. But now that they 65 and 70 years old, they're ready to take their money out their 401k. So when they take their money out, it's going to take money out the market. They're also going to drain what? The Social Security fund. So you need to be paying attention to this because the markets crash every 7 to 8 years. So in the next 2 years, we are ready and poised for another one. But this one going to be a big one. So you better get real serious about your finances. You better stop spending your money, save your money, start investing your money, and know when to shift your money out of the markets. So that's why you need to know me. And so we're going to teach you financial indicators so you will know the trends of the market so that you know how to make some money moves. We also know that 90% of people who buy stock, they buy it at the wrong time. Why? Because they don't know when it's the lowest price. They don't even know when to sell when it's the highest price. So we're going to teach you how to be smart about trading. But we take it a step further. See, once you income shift, you start paying off some debt, you start fixing your credit, you start building your investment portfolio, you can get invited to a special group. And this is a higher level, and we call it the profit zone. And this is for people who are interested in learning how to do day trading. That's right. We call it trading for profits. That's right. We make money when the markets go up. We make money when the markets go down. We make money when the markets go sideways. I'm telling you, this is powerful. So what we do, if we've learned how to trade options and futures and Forex, we can make anywhere from $100 to $1,000 daily. But let me show you some results. $4,000 in one day. That's more than most people make in a month. We got an extra $170 in a day, $311 in a day, $621 in a day. We got $2,000 in a day, $1,400 in a day, $1,900 in an hour, $2,700 in 15 minutes. You know, some people got to work 2-3 weeks to get that amount of money, but we got it in one day in 15 minutes. $1,800 in 25 minutes. Andre started an account August 20th, 2,500. By September 7th, that account had grew to over 25,000. That's $23,000 in profit in 18 days. Most people got to work 6 months to even get that level of income. And I'm telling you, once you learn how to trade on a daily basis, you become your own ATM. It don't matter if you're selling. It don't matter if you're recruiting. You get to write your own paycheck. Now, I want to end by showing you how to get a little bit more money. And I call it an opportunity of a lifetime. See, like me, you may know, 5, 6, 7, 10 people. You probably know more than that who got a job. But you also know people who live in paycheck to paycheck, who need to know about this information. We're going to show you how just by sharing this information, by inviting guests on webinars just like this, we can show you how to build an asset that can pay you for the rest of your life. And we call it leverage. So just like your employer hire you and he pay you for your time, your experience, and your expertise, well, the same thing happens in My Econ. When we partner with other business partners, we can leverage their time as well. So if you had 125 people in your organization, that's over $455 that you would be making every single month. If you had over 625 people in your organization, that means you invited somebody, they invited somebody, and they invited somebody. That's over $4,000 a month. For some people, you could quit your job. Let's say you had over 3,000 people in your organization. Yes, it happens in My Econ. You could be making an extra $28,000 a month. Well, guess what? That would make you a 6-figure earner. And you ain't no lawyer, you ain't no doctor. Guess what? If you have over 15,000 people in your organization, you will be making over $153,000 a month. That will actually make you a millionaire. And yes, we do have millionaires in My Econ. And what I love about My Econ is there's no chargebacks. You can also will your business to your children. So if something was to happen to you, as long as your organization is still intact, your child will continue to earn your monthly residual income. This is passive money. This is money that you make month after month, year after year, even when you don't get out of bed. I love this type of money, okay, because it doesn't depend on me in order for it to be generated. We get paid every single Friday. And what I want to do is I just want to show you some checks of some people who are really out there. They're out in the marketplace. They're out on social media, really giving this financial education to everybody. $1,900 in 14 days, $2,400 in 30 days, $7,000 in 45 days, $36,000 in 45 days, $31,000 in 30 days, you guys, just putting people and giving them the gift of financial education. $4,000 in 15 days, $2,000 in 23 days, $5,000 in 6 weeks. Most people got to work 40 hours a week for a month to get this type of money. Some people got to work 6 and 7 weeks to get this type of money. And these individuals are getting it just because they're passionate about telling people the truth about how money works. $9,000 in 30 days. Regular people, just like you and me, $6,000 in 30 days. $33,000 in 45 days, and he's only 34 years old. $25,000 in 30 days, all without having to go get another job. Just talking about your business on social media, whether it's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, it does not matter. So when you join my team, you're going to get access to a training portal where I'm going to take you step by step on how to get your business up and operating. You're going to go through the personal finance boot camp, the credit repair boot camp. You're going to learn about investing. You're going to learn how to market your business. You're also going to get access to our marketing system for those people who are interested in branding themselves on social media. We're going to show you how you can send people to this system. It can generate leads, and you can promote your business to them on the back end and convert them into customers. Now, let's talk about what you get. You're getting business and personal finance education when you say yes to My Econ. You're going to get debt elimination and budgeting tools, and that alone is about worth $500. You're going to get a retirement strategist. That's right. You're going to know your retirement date. You're going to know your debt-free date. You're going to get investment training. Now, I'm going to tell you, this investment training is worth about $15,000 because it ain't nobody that's sitting down with you right now that's teaching you about not only investing in the stock market, but they definitely ain't teaching you about trading in the stock market. We're going to show you how to income shift your W-4 and get a pay raise on your job. We're going to show you how you can get all those tax deductions by having a business tied to your income. You're going to get the cash flow manager software so that you are IRS compliant. You're going to get credit repair education so you can get in the 700 club and you can qualify for no money down opportunities. You're going to get an e-commerce website so that you can make even more money, unlimited tax advice and preparation, discount travel, shopping, and eating. And if you get started tonight, you can adjust your W-4 on Monday. And in the next 10 to 14 days, you can have an extra $100 to $600 in your paycheck. This information, I'm telling you, it, like I said, it's about $15,000, $16,000. Nobody is sitting down and teaching you the money game. I'm telling you, it is about those who know and people who don't know. The people who know make money daily. The people who don't know, money is being made off of you. Now, we normally will charge over $199 for you to even get started with My Econ. But if you say yes tonight, right now, you can get started for $27.95. I can't think of another opportunity that gives you all that value for $27.95. And guess what? When you start your business, that's going to give you a sole proprietorship. It's going to give you an e-commerce website and 5 streams of business income. In order to keep your business active, the cost is $34.95 a month. I'm here to tell you I pay over $3,000 a month to keep my boutique open. And you get access to a business that's giving you all of this, and you only have to pay $34.95 a month. That's unbelievable. Because when you adjust your W-4, in order to qualify for them write-offs, you got to have a business. So every month that you pay your active business fee, you get to claim those write-offs for the month. But if you come in My Econ and you adjust your W-4 and you quit your business, or you don't keep your receipts, you don't do anything in your business, well, guess what? You may owe at the end of the year, and you deserve to because you're not following the system. But for $27.95, you can set yourself up for a lifetime of change. And it's only $34.95 to maintain your business. And it's a tax write-off. So basically your business is free. So our mission is to get into every home, every high school, every college campus, and we want to get in every church and teach them about financial literacy, teach them the money game, show people how to make more money, how to keep more money, and how to multiply their money. So whoever invited you to this webinar tonight, get back to them, because I know that this is an absolute no-brainer for most of you. It shouldn't be nothing that you got to think about, because you all know that you ain't got nothing going on right now that's going to get your retirement to where it needs to be. And so this is a chance for you to get real personal with your money. So you are one decision away from being debt-free. You're one decision away from being able to fire your boss. You're one decision away to be able to travel when you want to travel without asking for time off. You are one decision away from leaving something for your children. How about sending your kids to college without them getting in student loan debt? How about leaving an inheritance, making sure that your money outlive you? Imagine your great-grandchildren going into your house that is 100% paid for, and they're together for Thanksgiving dinner, and they basically saying, look, great-grandma, this house is paid off, so they always got a place to go, just in case they lose their job. Grandma left us this house. She left us some land. She left us some rental properties. She even left us a business. I'm talking about your great-grandchildren managing your businesses. Just because you said yes, you took your finances serious, you applied the strategies, and you got to work to building and owning assets. That's what this is about. This is about owning your life. So whoever invited you to this webinar, I want you to text them right now. Text yes. They're going to send you a link. You're going to click that link. That's going to get you signed up. They're going to put you into our private Facebook group. They're going to tag you into our training portal, and we're going to put you on the right way of money. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out tonight. If you have any questions, you can unmute your line. I can answer any questions that you may have. If there's any questions.
Miss Angela,
Yes, yes.
Amazing presentation. Everybody, my name is Caduce. I am part of the Lifestyle Changers. I've been with this organization for 2 years, and what I have been able to accomplish within 2 years, just from the education standpoint of knowing what to do with my money and how my money should work. I have opened up my own brokerage account. I am currently an investor in the stock market, a trader. I have eliminated almost $6,700 in debt within 2 years. This is powerful information. So just get back with the person that invited you and take the next step towards your future. And just, man, I mean, let's all win. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Miss Angela. I appreciate you.
All right, Q. I'm so proud of you. You know, Q ain't playing no games. Q is not playing no games. He is building some assets, you guys. Like I said, there's no other questions, we will wrap it up tonight. Make sure that you get back to the person who invited you to this webinar so they can get you signed up. And again, we do these webinars all the time because I'm all about showing you how to learn and earn and make some money. All right, you guys. So we're going to do
Miss Angela.
Yes.
Miss Angela, real quick, I need to know what are the stipulations as far as My Econ as for the disabled?
What do you mean? Well, depending on what you're getting, there is some income limits. So you definitely want to check that out. I guess with my mindset when it comes to disability checks and things like that, wouldn't you like to get to a point to where you're making more money than what they're paying you?
True.
That's really my mindset. But I do want you to contact them to find out what your limit is. I can't remember off the top of my head. There is a limit that you can earn every year without them taking money from you. And so you definitely want to look that up. But we do have people who are getting SSI checks in My Econ.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Queen Angela?
Yes.
Hi, this is Pierre out of Chicago. For those that are in the state of Illinois that receive disability, their limit is $9,000 a year that they can go up to with any business or additional income without it being penalized against their Social Security.
Thank you, Pierre. So that's an extra $9,000 that you got the ability to make. That's awesome.
Absolutely.
I don't know about you. I want to make 50,000, 60,000, 100,000, $1 million. I can't understand 9,000 a year.
Absolutely.
We want y'all to get it. That's why you're on this webinar. You want way, way more than that. Yes. But you guys, I'm proud of you all for taking time out your busy schedule and getting on this webinar, because you all could be doing anything right now. But what you are doing is you are raising your financial IQ. So get excited. Get out there and just tell people how they can free themselves. This is the easiest business on earth. And I'm sorry.
100.
Yes, if you can't sell money, I don't know how you can get some help. You selling money. That's all you're doing. All right,
That's
you
right.
guys.
Thank you, Angela.
Yes, yes. So thank you guys for being on here, and you have an amazing evening. Oh,
Hey,
you know what, you
bye-bye.
guys? We're going to do this tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. So line them up. I'm going to do this again, 8 p.m. Central tomorrow.
Wonderful. Thank you.
All right. Good
Okay,
night,
thank you.
everybody.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.